Hey there folks, this is DMC Jedi Man Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 4. We're jumping back into this today. I hope everyone has been enjoying the series. Thanks for being patient for it returning, after Spooky Month, got done. Don't forget, if you like my content, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. Check out my main channel sometime if you like taste tests, trailer reactions, unboxings, and reviews. And feel free to follow DMC Jedi Man's Den on social media. I'm currently on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and Blue Sky. Links, as always, will be in the description below. So, I'm going to be using two different recording methods here just because I've been having some trouble with the capture card. I think it's because of the USB hub. I've got a replacement on the way, so by the time this episode comes out, I should have my replacement. But let's get the first type of recording done. Starting that recording right now. Okay. Now I'm just going to gaze at this and make sure that I've got a cue in my glasses in order to be able to sync this up. Alright, come on. Come on, load in. Okay. Now let's get the second recording started. Starting this other recording right now. And I'll probably have to do that for both recordings. Oh, goody. Watkins Glen. Just what I wanted. Not really. Yeah, I'm recording this a few days before the second to last race of the year. I just wanted to have this episode recorded and put together, ready to go for when next month starts. Okay. I'm pretty sure my team is fully upgraded. Yep, they are. And all the departments are upgraded, so alright. Let's repair the short track. We'll get the Speedway one taken care of. Alright. The only one that didn't have any work done on it's the road course car, but that one's all set to go anyway, so. Alright. And while that's loading up, I'll show off the first item. This is actually one of the newest items to my collection. This is a Mark Martin 12-inch figure. Now, I think this is pretty cool. Obviously, he comes with a hat, but the hat is removable. Because obviously he has to be able to wear the helmet if I so choose. Obviously, as you can see, I have him displayed with the helmet in the crook of his arm. Kind of like the Power Rangers. A lot of times when you see them without the helmets, they're like that. I don't know if the boots here are the type Mark would have worn, but the fire suit itself and the hat is pretty spot on. But it also came with the trophy accessory, but since it wasn't like a special trophy, I didn't really want to display it with that. But I got him for a good price. Eventually, I'm going to buy the Bill Elliott one as well, because they did do a Bill Elliott. Though, here's the weird thing. I did some research. They never made a Richard Petty 12-inch figure like that. And I am shocked that they never did. Alright. Let's get some practice in. Well, been a bit since I've actually played this. Like the last time I recorded an episode of this was back in September. So I'm a smidge rusty. Road course definitely is not where I would prefer to cut my teeth to continue. Okay. Only attempt for one lap to get the practice goal. If I don't get it there, then I'm probably just going to give up on the practice goal for this time and go straight to qualifying. Yikes. That did not go as well as I planned. I will be very surprised if I can get the practice goal this lap thanks to that specific blunder. It's still possible. Okay, I actually got the practice goal. Somehow. Alright, let's go out and get a qualifying lap done.
Alright, driver D.
Well, this time at least I didn't collide with that. All right.
Okay, fast lap here.
All right. See if we can get ourselves a victory to start the episode. I'm always amazed how much better I got at road course racing. Like, I used to be awful. So bad, in fact, that when I used to race against my dad, when it came to road courses, I'd just, immediately go backwards around the track trying to take out everyone else to help Dad win. It was so funny because, well, I also did it in regular races too, but since I always drove the 43, he'd always be like, here comes that fucking 43 car again! Because 9 times out of 10, I'd accidentally take him out. Okay, Rage Black Jr.'s a friend, Josh Williams failed optical scanning, and Michael Annette failed pre-race inspection.
Coming to the green, driver. Almost ready. Green flag, green flag.
Okay, 3 laps.
All right, get clear.
Okay, that I had to slow down a little more than I really wanted to there, but at least I kept it from colliding with the wall. Just looking to see if there's any part of this track that does that weird uphill slant thing.
I need 2 more solid laps, bud. Keep it going.
I expect in this section, probably. Let's see if we can get through here a little cleaner this time. I'd say that was a bit cleaner.
White flag is in the air.
Okay, this is the final lap of this one, so barring an egregious mistake, I should be golden. Basically, the bus stop down here. Oh, looks like Allgaier's in second. I'm pulling for him this weekend to lock himself into the next round of the championship. Well, the final round of the championship, I should say. A little less happy that his crew chief, who helped bring him to a championship last year, is leaving for the driver I hate the most, Kyle Busch. I don't think Jim Pullman can pull that guy's career out of the septic tank. At least I'm hoping he can't, because I really don't like Busch, so seeing him struggle and suffer like he is makes me happy.
Great teamwork. Nice job. Check
Okay.
prize yours.
Just wanted to make sure that I had that set the way I needed to. Alright, burnout time! Definitely getting a stockpile of cash now. If I can wrap up the season with like 10 million, that would make me very happy. Okay, Christopher Bell. Oh man, standalone is the best. We're going fishing this weekend. Should be super fun. Yes, it should. He has a pretty good shot to make it into the championship round in the Cup Series this year. Likely will. Okay, what's next? Cup race. Probably also Watkins Glen. Yep, Watkins Glen. Thought so. And while that's doing that, I'll show off the next item. Now, this is kind of funny because I didn't even remember I had this until mid last month. I was doing some cleaning over there. I'm like, oh, look at that. A 1/18 scale Davy Allison car. Obviously die-cast, you know, Texaco Haviland. The hood opens to show off the engine. The front wheels turn. You know, obviously this is one of those Ertl deals. There's still a couple of these I need to get. Like, they made a Mark Martin Valvoline one that I really want. And they made a Bill Elliott Batman Forever Thunderbat one that I want to get as well. I think I've got all the Petty 43 related ones though. Although they might have made a Kyle Petty Coors Light one. I'll have to look into that.
Hammer down.
I actually have another one of those 1/18 scale cars that I'll be showing off, you know, probably as the next item after this race is fully done. Technically, there's 5 of them in that other set I'm going to show off, but I'm only going to show my favorite one off of the 4, at least for right now. Not to say I won't show the other 4 off at some point, but, you know, figured I'd at least start with the best one. Okay, now it's time to see if we can get our practice goal taken care of. I'm sure people are getting very sick and tired of seeing this orange 22 in their mirror. Okay, we should make the practice goal. Yeah. Practice goal achieved. So now we'll qualify.
Hammer down.
See if we can go get a pole position and make this race somewhat easier as well. All right, pole position. Chase Elliott's going to start 4th. The guy I hate starting 10th. And where is Bubba starting 30th? All right.
Today, NASCAR heads to Watkins Glen for the Go Bowling at the Glen. Drivers need to use caution at this road course, especially in the famed bus stop chicane, an area notorious for taking out even the best drivers. The pins are set. It's time to go bowling at the Glen.
So Ryan Blaney's well prepared for the race. Stenhouse is a friend. And Kyle Busch is a rival. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Alright, let's get our boogity ready.
Drive safe, be smart, keep your head on straight. Be ready here.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go left and right racing, boys! Blaney is definitely fast. Four laps, so I have to do 1 lap more than the last time. Yeah, Blaney's very fast. I might not win this. On the plus side, though, he is a teammate, so if he wins, oh well. Alright, 3 to go. Not really pulling away from him, so if I mess up, it'll be my rear. Looks like he might be fading back a smidge. He gained on me there. I don't like the gained on me there. Like, I thought I took that pretty well. He's too close. I feel a sneeze coming. Let's hope it at least waits until after the bus stop. Way too close. I do not like how close he is. Okay, 2 more corners. I need to fend him off for 2 more corners. Whew!
Way to go, driver. That's the win. Nice job.
Got the win. Granted, I earned that one. Blaney was all over my ass. All right. Chase Elliott finished 3rd, no surprise. Jerkface finished 9th. And Bubba fell back to 36 in this. Damn it. Ooh, 15 wins. I'm glad Bush has a goose egg next to his wins. Don't like that he's still in the points, though. Fastest lap, Brian Blaney, no surprise. Didn't even look and see the special trophy for that one. Oh well. Alright, Matt DiBenedetto. Did anybody see how close that last race was? Stan Lund won it at the line. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Lol, I thought I just saw that you had 15 wins this season. Wait, that's true? Hashtag in denial. And Ryan Blaney. Whenever I race alongside Stan Lund, I know that I am in the presence of greatness. Hashtag amazing. Well, you were pretty damn good yourself this time. Alright, what's the next race? Truck Series race. Alright, so Speedway. We need to repair the Speedway truck. Get this one back up to 100. Just making sure everyone's maxed out. And everything else can be auto-signed. Alright. And while we're waiting on that, I'll show off the next item. As hinted at, this is another 1/18 scale diecast from Erdl. This here is the Bobby Hamilton STP 25th Anniversary Silver 43 car. This has always been one of my favorite cars. This one, well, it looks like the trunk would open, but I don't think the trunk does open on these. And I'm not about to force it. Obviously the hood opens to reveal the engine. Front wheels are steerable. Now, as I alluded to, they actually made 5 different cars for this diecast set. Each one of the 25th anniversary cars, the 4 retro throwbacks and then the silver special one, all got made in this scale. And I do have all 5 of them. I have the boxes that go to them too. I just don't display them in the boxes because, as you can maybe tell from what you see back there or other videos you've seen, I have a lot of stuff and a lot of interest, so it's hard to display everything from all my interests. I try and focus on the items I like the most, and obviously those 5 cars are among them. But in the interest of keeping space available, I choose to display them loose. Okay, let's get a practice session in. Yeah, the 25th anniversary definitely was one of my favorite things as a Petty fan. I actually submitted a design, well, not submitted, but, you know, I tried to get a design, you know, to be done for one of the throwback times. For Petty's 50th anniversary, I designed, basically it was the same paint scheme, except with the Petty 50th anniversary design, or, well, not design, but logo, in a gold color, because obviously gold is the color of 50th anniversaries. Unfortunately, that never really came to fruition. On the plus side, though, they did do a throwback to Hamilton's Silver 43 in the Truck Series, driven by Thad Moffat, and I was lucky enough to have my name on the bed of that truck. Which also means it's on the diecast of that truck, which is awesome. Okay, there's our practice goal. Yeah, I'd say about 50 minutes in, I want to wrap up both recordings and start fresh ones. Because that also sometimes makes it easier when I don't have one long recording. Especially if my software decides it doesn't want to put a video together the right way. Because I've had plenty of times where I have a longer record and I go to, you know, trim something and the thing freezes up on me. At least this way, in 40-minute chunks, it seems to work a little better. You know, 40 to 50. It's once it gets over an hour that it starts acting a little wonky. Now, granted, for some videos, it doesn't matter. Like, if I have a recording that's solid, you know, 2.5 hours, as long as I'm not putting extra inserts in or having the, you know, trim footage at certain points, then normally I can get away with it pretty easily.
Let's see where that puts you.
Pole position is where it puts me. Alright, let's get this race started. Okay, Dylan Lupton failed pre-race inspection, Ross Chastain failed technical inspection, and Brett Moffitt failed optical scanning. All of them have to start at the rear.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready.
I feel so bad for Matt Kraft, and this is his last year. I wish he'd win a race. Maybe he can pull it off this weekend at Martinsville. Although, it seems dubious that anybody is going to be defeating Corey Heim this year for the championship in the trucks. Like, it's funny. Aside from the Cup Series, both the lower series have been dominated by a new rookie. You know, Corey Heim in the Truck Series is, you know, rewriting a bunch of the records, and Connor Zilic in the Xfinity Series is on a historic season. Like, I am thinking that Connor Zilic may be somebody that I end up rooting for when he comes to the Cup Series. Because that kid is something special. Hell, he's even beaten Van Gisbergen on the road courses, and Van Gisbergen, when it comes to road courses, looked to be Superman. Alright, we're almost done this race. I wonder who they'll have drive the 22 car for the next season in this game, because obviously at the end of this season I'm moving to Petty's number 43. And since Logano retired, I don't think they'll put him back in it. Alright. Let's go win this race. Oh, looks like Sauter took over second place.
Way to earn that checker flag.
Has anybody won? Wow. Talk about domination for the trucks. Nobody's won any other races in the truck series this year. So I think after this next race weekend, we'll stop the recordings and start up another one. Got 5 more things here to show off, though I don't think I'll be showing them all off this time around. Alright. Matt Crafton. Stan Lund, you know what? You brighten my day every time I see you. Well, thank you. Okay, now for the Xfinity race. Hold on. Okay, we're at another road course. Oh, goody. Well, we only have one road course car, so that stinks. I don't know that we're going to be quite so dominating this time. Okay, well that's doing that. I'll show off the next item. This here is the 2024 Eric Jones Advent Health 164 scale diecast. Obviously made by Lionel Racing. Seems like every year they make less and less diecasts for the 43 car in this scale. Like the one I've wanted them to do so badly for the last few years has been that Dollar Tree Harry Gant throwback. But, you know, overall, pretty clean scheme. Little complicated in spots, but not too bad. Alright. Actually had a hard time finding that one. I bought my first one because I always get 2 of those. That way I got one that I can open and one to keep sealed and hung on the wall. So the first one I got off of eBay. That's my loose one. I did eventually obviously find one to hang on the wall, but it was just a lucky thing. I went into a Target, there it was, like, okay, finally found one, you're coming home with me. Yikes. Yikes!
Still there?
Okay, I get back to you, I'm wrecking you. So I was trying to stay off of you, you ass. But... unless I can get past you cleanly in one attempt.
Still there. Right side. You got room.
Okay, you got lucky. So if I hadn't gotten past you cleanly there, I would have wrecked you going into whatever corner we have next. Well, I made it around that corner cleaner this time. Of course, it helps when you're not actually door to door with a guy. Well, in spite of all that, we still got the practice goal. Okay, let's get our qualifying lap in.
All right, dig, driver.
That's the corner I gotta be most careful of.
Okay, fast lap here.
All right. Not gonna get the goal. Oh, actually, maybe I will. I thought that was 113, 131. It is entirely possible I'll get the goal still.
All right,
Got it.
time's up. Let's see where we play.
Pole position. That makes me happy. I don't have to start from the back. Brendan Jones is a friend. Morgan Shepard failed technical inspection, and Stephen Light failed optical scanning. So they both have to start at the back.
You're covered to the green. Be ready here.
All right,
Breathe down, man. Let's go.
3 laps.
All right, you're clear then.
Now this car isn't quite as good as some of the other ones. Let's hope there's no more road courses for a few weeks, so I can maybe get this repaired and be back to full strength for the next one. Okay, made it through, well, not made it through yet, but close to being done with the first lap here.
I need 2 more. Throttle left, man. Keep it going.
Okay. A decent lead on them. Alright, final lap. So we get this trophy. Then after we get this win, I'll stop the recordings and start them up fresh. We're probably not going to go for terribly far past, but I definitely want to get, you know, this weekend and at least one more weekend done before we wrap up. Alright, Calamity Corner has been conquered. Alright, and that's victory.
Earned that checkered.
Alright. Alright, Michael and Nat. I want everybody to race just like Stan Lund. Super clean, incredibly professional, and totally amazing. Thank you. No. It's like, I've got my own team. Why would I join you guys? Hell, I was on your team before. I'll accept the invite because, you know, not much else I can do, but... And I already know who I'm with next year, so... Okay, Michigan's up next, so let's get the recording stopped. Okay, that's that one stopped. Let's stop this recording. And stop the camera one, and I'll start them up again. Alright, starting a second recording right now. Alright, and let's get the other one, oh, hold on. Okay, starting this other recording right now. Okay. And while we're waiting on that, I guess I'll show this one off next. What we have here is a vintage FamilyClick.com Kevin LePage hat that's signed by Kevin LePage. This was when he drove for Roush. Don't entirely remember where I got this. I know I didn't get it personally signed by Kevin LePage myself. I do have something that I got signed by him personally, but yeah, which will appear in a future episode. Suffice to say, though, autograph hats are cool. So, with that, I've got 4 items left. I think we'll safely get through 1 or 2 more. Maybe 3. Okay. Practice time.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Alright, that's our practice goal achieved. Now let's get our qualifying done.
All right, dig, driver. One lap to go. Concentrate. Give us all you got.
Oh yeah, some pretty big car game news happened this week. The Crew 2 has an offline mode, so it's not going to disappear like Crew 1 did, because you can't play the original Crew game anymore, thanks to them shutting down the servers. That's what happens when you make a game online only.
All right, that's our run. Back her down.
Third. Not a pole, but we'll take a third. We can win from... We can make it to the front from... Oh, God. That asshole's starting first. Goody. Let's see. Bubba's starting 22nd. Chase Elliott in 27. What happened to Chase?
The Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series races back to Michigan International Speedway. Now, Michigan is the fastest track in NASCAR, making it a favorite of race fans. It's time to head down to the track and find out who's the fastest racer. NASCAR Racing is next.
Okay, Cody Ware is having a stellar weekend. Brad Keselowski likes me. And unfortunately, Kyle Busch won the pole. But we're going to do what we can to stop him from winning.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Are you ready now?
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Still there? All right. You got room.
Bye-bye, Bush.
Outside.
Sorry, Brad, that you had to get caught up in that, but
You're clear.
I couldn't let Bush have a good day. Hopefully you recover and have a good day, but not Bush. He can have a bad day. Oh, that was perfect. I'm gonna have to watch the replay and see exactly what happened to him. He's probably gonna talk smack after, but who cares? Be funny if I can lap him too. I don't know if I will though. This is a big enough track that I might not get back to him. That felt good though, wrecking him. Yeah, 2 more races in this year, and then he will have 2.5 years since his last win. Oh, I love seeing him on such a losing streak. In fact, I think it actually makes it even funner to rip into him for driving the lower series, because now I can make the claim that that's the only reason he's in them, because that's the only way he can win now. So I believe the one at this time is Kurt Busch, which is kind of interesting that his brother is, you know, in second place now. I don't think he's going to catch me, though. I've got 3 laps to go. Unless I make a mistake, I should have this win in the bag. At the very least, even if I don't catch Busch and lap him, I hope he finished worse than Chase and Bubba.
I need 2 more solid laps, bud. Keep it going.
Of course, Chase could get himself a good finish. You know, he's a good enough driver. Even though he started at the back, he could claw his way up. Bubba's a good driver, but back in the days of this game, he wasn't showing his talent quite as much. Like, you could see there was a great driver there, but he was stuck in what at the time was subpar equipment for, you know, petty, I believe at that time they were they still Richard Petty Motorsports? Yeah, I think they were.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Yeah, because I don't think they became Legacy Motor Club until 2001 or 2002. Well, I see cars ahead. I don't think I'm going to lap any of them. And I can't tell whether or not Kyle Busch is one of them. But I won the race, and I wrecked Kyle Busch, so awesome sauce. Okay. Let's see. Let's see this accident unfold. Ryan Blaney. Oh. So where did he clawed his way back to 17th? Bullshit! Chase Elliott finished 14th and Bubba 35th. Oh, that is such a beautiful sight right there. Okay, what kind of smack is Kyle gonna be crying? Because you know he's gonna cry about it. That's what he does. That's why his name is Cryle Bush. Oh, not even gonna say anything. Okay, this is going to be Pocono, which is a speedway. Okay, do this one first because that's the most important one to have at 100. And anything else can be done like that. Alright, and with that, we can start that one and show off the next item. What we got here is a vintage Mark Martin button. Now this was put out by Windcraft. They did a lot of these buttons, pins, you know, all sorts of cool things. This one, I want to say, is from 92 or 93. Because I don't think it was 94, because I don't see the Reese's logo there. I don't see a date on here either. Hold on. No, that's not a date either. But suffice to say, pretty cool, cool item. That was something that was owned by my dad. I got one more item that was owned by him that I'll show off probably next. Not a fan of Pocono, though. Hopefully we can win with the truck and keep our perfect season alive. Busch Series and Cup Series will be iffy. Alright, here's our lap for our practice lap.
Until that, clear all around.
Hopefully we get by this guy before this corner. Because otherwise, that's going to happen.
Alright, you're clear then. Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high.
Okay, that's our practice goal, even with getting into the guys, so... Let's get our qualifying lap in, and we can get this race done. That went a little too high up that time.
Make it count.
Alright.
Let's see where that puts you.
Fourth. Not perfect, but doable, I think. Dylan Lupton, Chastain, and Austin Hill. Also, I don't know if this happened before or since the last episode, but Austin Hill got knocked out of the playoffs. Dylan Lupton has been dominant all weekend. Johnny Sauter failed technical inspection, and Dylan Lupton won the pole. Yep. He lost by about the same amount of points that he got taken away from him for his little temper tantrum involving Amarola.
Almost ready. Hammer down, green down. Got a car coming inside now.
I'll just go ahead and take this top spot, fellas. So I only need to survive 2 laps here. That is doable, I think. Cut it a little closer. I think instead of letting off, I'm actually going to have to hit the brake a skosh there. Thankfully, I only got 3 more turns to worry about, and then victory is mine for this one. Okay, pulled away a bit on that corner, so as long as this next one isn't disastrous, I should be fine. Lost some time there, but not enough, I think, to matter. Like, Dylan Lupton may have been dominant, but I'm the one that gets the win.
Way to go, driver. That's the win. Nice job.
Alright. I assume the next 2 races will also be at Pocono, which Does not bode very well for me, but we will see. Okay, Dylan Lupton. You know, it is interesting and nobody believes me, but I've always wanted to be just like Stan Lund and Austin Hill. Stan Lund, you know what? You brighten my day every time I see you. Okay. And again, my own team, so no. Even though I raced for your team before. Oh, Bristol! Okay, wow. Now, hold on. I'm curious about something. Okay. So, Darlington? Okay, wow, maybe I can win this weekend. Also, we're 2 races away from the playoffs, meaning the next time that I play will likely be starting our playoff run. Okay, everything else is already at 100, so we'll do that. Alright, and now we'll go to this event. And while that's doing that, I'll grab the next item to show off. This is the other one I mentioned that my dad owned. This is a Mark Martin Fast Trackers slot car. So you can see the bubbles pretty damaged. Like, it's cut from there, I think, because it was actually used for slot car racing, but you know, pretty cool one. This is Mark's 1994 season car. That's why it has the big Reese's there. Honestly, at some point, you know, if this package gets much worse, I may remove it from the packaging and just put it in, you know, my car case. But overall, pretty cool car. Actually, I miss slot racing cars with my dad. You know, he had Mark Martin, I had the 2-car Petty set, although I don't have that set any longer, unfortunately.
Okay, get back in there.
Something I want to get at some point. I believe, if I remember right, the cars in it was Richard's 1970 Plymouth Superbird and his 1992 final year car.
Drop your speed, driver.
No.
Careful, still there.
Well, that's practice done. Alright, let's go out and get a qualifying lap done.
All right, driver, dig. Slow down.
No.
Qualify. Make it count here. Slow down.
No. I'm qualifying. Do you want me to get a good spot or what?
Good job.
There, pole position. Aren't you glad I didn't slow down now? Okay, Noah Gregson had to change an engine, Tyler Reddick failed technical inspection, and Christopher Bell crashed during qualifying. All three have to start at the back. Well, that makes my path forward a little easier because they're some of my biggest competition this season.
Coming to the green, driver. Are you ready? Green flag, green flag. You got a car high now?
12 laps.
Watch your speed, please.
Yeah, apparently that NASCAR 25, the game, is out now as well. It's probably going to be quite a while till I get to play it, because I don't believe it's playable for my system. I actually should check on that after I'm done recording, but before I shut the system off, because it'd be nice to know if it is playable, then I should add it to my wish list and get it when it comes on sale. Reddick still. Sorry.
Stay on the bottom. Alright, bud. Alright, you're clear.
Oh, there's going to be some people unhappy with me this race. Short track racing always produces this, though.
Alright, you're clear. You're all clear up top. Still there. Alright, you're clear then.
Sorry, Harmon.
Clear all around then. You're all clear up top.
Already lapped up to 18th place.
You got rid. You're clear then.
17th.
5 to go, driver. You're clear all around there. Clear high, bud.
Likely won't be lapping Michael and Nat, but I might get up to 10th lap. Sorry, Jones.
Slow down. Stay on the bottom. There it goes, driver. Alright.
Sorry, Chastain.
You got rid. You're clear then. Car high. Careful.
Sorry again, Shepard.
Speed, driver. All clear. White flag is in the air. Clear high, clear high. Alright, you're clear. Alright.
Another 5 laps, and I probably would have lapped Annette too.
Great teamwork. Nice job. Sector flag yours.
I think I lapped up to 8th or 7th. Up through 7th. Allgaier stayed on the lead lap. Alright. Probably going to be some unhappy folks. I'll have to do some apologizing. But like I said, that's short track racing for you. And yeah, this next race, the Cup race, I think will be the last one for this video, which means of the two things left, one of which is going to have to wait for the next time I record. I'm actually running out of things to show off. Oh, nobody pissed off at me? Surprising. Oh, this is Bristol. I thought it was going to be... Okay, so... Alright. So with that, let's grab the final thing I'm going to show off here. This here is a... I believe this is called 187 scale Bobby Hamilton STP hauler. Now, obviously the truck and the trailer separate. The coolest thing though is, and I may have shown this little bit of this off before, but these haulers were designed with these micro machine scale cars in mind, so it came with this 187 scale Bobby Hamilton Silver 43 car. It's always cool when you have a Micro Machine 43 car. I actually don't keep this in the hauler. Normally, when it comes to the car, I've got it on this little Micro Machines NASCAR track, and I just have the hauler displayed with my other haulers. Alright.
Clear the pit, hammer down. Driver, wake up. Wrong pit lane.
I'm not pitting, you dumb motherfucking assholes! It's like you just sent me out! Do you really think I was about to fucking pit?
Car outside. Alright, clear outside.
God, this game can be stupid sometimes.
Lay low. Slow down. You got room. You're clear.
I do believe that's, Oh, is that not Bubba? Nope, it's not Bubba. I thought that was Bubba when I exited. I was like, let's get a good look at his 43 car. I thought it was the Worldwide Technology Scheme. Obviously, that is not. That is the 21 car. I believe at that time that was Trevor Bain.
Back it down, back it down. Okay, fast bracket. Slow down. Alright, we're going to see where that puts us on the starting grid.
Pole position is where it puts us. Alright. The guy I hate starting third. Chase is starting fifth. Bubba's starting 12th. Hell yeah, Bubba.
The Cup Series returns to the last great Coliseum for the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race. This half-mile concrete oval is famous for its bone-rattling hits and heart-stopping finishes. Who will come out on top tonight? It's time to find out.
Okay. Stories. Clint Boyer's really fast. Kyle Busch hasn't forgiven you. Well, screw him. And Alex Bowman has been struggling this weekend.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Ready?
Boogity, boogity, boogity! It's Bristol, baby! Let's go racing, boys! I really do believe that every single race should play a DW Boogity before every start. And if I were them, I'd have him record them, you know, soon, because he's getting up there in age.
Watch your feet, please.
That wasn't as good a corner as I could have had, because I had to scratch my nose.
Slow down. Careful, still there. Clear high. Car on the outside now. Back it down.
Sorry,
back it
Clayerman.
down. Top three, you indicated.
Sorry, Bowman.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear. Still there.
Yikes. Sorry, McLeod.
You got room, you're clear there. Car high, careful. Car high, you're clear there.
Sorry, Castle.
You're going too fast.
Bubba. Sorry.
Clear. You got
Love the Air Force team, though. Sorry, Busher.
car high, you're clear there.
Suarez just got a new ride. That was announced today.
You got room, you're clear. Watch your feet, please. You got room, you're clear.
Sorry, Almirola. A lot of people are going to be a little ruffled with me today.
Slow down.
Ah, Chase Elliott's got the lead. Well, not the lead, but second place now. Sorry, Hemrick.
Stay on the bottom. Clear high, bud. Back it down, back it down. Careful, still there. 10 laps to go.
There's the other Bush.
Clear high, bud. Clear all right.
Ah, Menard.
Bud. Top three, you indicated. Car high, careful. Slow down. You got 1 outside. You're all clear on top there. All right, you're clear. You got room. You're clear. All right.
Sorry, Bowman.
Back it down, back it down. You're all
Hey, I think I see Bush up ahead. Let's see if we can wreck him.
you got room. You're clear there. Slow down.
No, I have a
Got 1 outside.
I have a rabbit in front of me I have to get to.
Clear all around. Back it down, back it down. 5 to go, driver.
I'm not going to apologize to you, Hamlin.
You got room, you're clear there. All right, you're clear. Slow down. Clear all around. Clear high, clear high. Hold your line, got 1 outside. You got room, you're clear. Slow down. Top 3,
caused a bit of a traffic jam there. So I've lapped the entire field. Like, might as well have one more pissed at me. And that's where the, wait. Oh, that hasn't been an hour. Well, looks like the game clip decided to give up the ghost early. Let's hope the main recording hasn't decided to do that. So, everybody was a lap down. Chase Elliott finished 3rd. Bush finished 18th. Poor Bubba finished 29th, 2 laps down. Okay. So let's see who's upset. Probably a lot of them. A lot of them I'll apologize to, but Kyle Busch, no apology. Denny Hamlin, no apology. Everyone else, probably an apology. And yeah, I know I'm going to have rough driving on this one. Okay. Wow, Chase Elliott's still happy. Actually, a lot of people still happy. Chase Elliott. I can't think of anybody I'd rather race than my very good friend Stan Lund. Well, thank you, David Reagan. Hey, Stan Lund, as usual, you ran a perfect race. Say, we're all getting together for some grilling and lawn games later. Want to come over? Sure. Parker Gligerman. Hey, Stan Lund, you ran another perfect race today. You were amazing. Say, you want to join us for some karaoke later? Sure. Daniel Hemrick. The last time I checked, Stan Lund and I are going four-wheeling next week, but that was before Stan Lund took me out last race. Are we still going four-wheeling? We sure are. Sorry about that. Wow, I can't believe out of all the people I got into and wrecked, only Hemrick was the one that was like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm going to stop this one here, I think. It's like, I thought about continuing there, and it's like, even though it's only one race, no. Anyway, I hope everyone did enjoy this episode. I will be back with another one soon. Till next time, though, this has been DMC Jedi Man Gaming, and I am signing off. Peace, everybody.